Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, come on in here and talk to me. Sit on down and relax your body.
Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you about the hectic week and how God keeps blessing me.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you. No matter what you're going through, let's chat. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Girl, you know I'm here for you. Let's chat.
Please take the time to read this disclaimer, for it pertains to this YouTube channel and this YouTube channel only. Please be advised that this is solely my commentary, my thoughts, my opinion. This is not the gospel. I do, however, take the time to fact check and make sure that I am providing each and every one of you with accurate information. Now let's get on to the story. Hey, honey. Hey, it is your girl, Miss Leda, and I am back with yet another video. So, guys, today I am going to be talking to you about whether or not Dejanay Jackson is actually in custody, been arrested, what's going on. We finna get into this, and we are going to talk about Interpol so that way you guys can grasp and understand what all is going on at this point. And hopefully I can clear some things up. If not, leave me some questions and some comments, and I'll be more than happy to address them down below in the comment section. To all the newcomers who are new here, hey, honey, hey, welcome to the family. Go ahead and make sure you engage with us because we love to talk back.
I know there is so much attention and speculation about the Shanquella Robinson case. I just want to let you know that at this time, I am unable to confirm an arrest has been made. Here are my sources. I've talked to the FBI, I've talked to U.S. Marshals, I've talked to the PGJE, that is the Mexican prosecutor that issued the arrest warrant, and all of them say they have no update on the case. We are still reaching out every single day, pushing for new information, but when we do report it, you can trust that it will be verified.
As Shanquella Robinson's family continues to search for answers in the death of their daughter, some are claiming a suspect has been arrested in the case. The 25-year-old Charlotte woman mysteriously died while on vacation with a group of friends in Mexico. They've issued an arrest warrant for one of the people on the trip, but some articles are saying that person has been arrested. Wake Up Charlotte's Megan Bragg verifying these claims.
Yeah, and this is the article that has been circulating on social media. It claims that there has been an arrest in the Shanquella Robinson case, but we wanted to walk you through the article because there are some red flags here. When someone reports and shares claims that are not verified, this is how misinformation spreads. First, the headline suggests LedaHunty Jackson was arrested in the United States. As of now, Mexican authorities have not publicly even named a suspect. They have issued arrest warrants but haven't said who the warrants are for. Then the article goes on to say Jackson was arrested by Interpol agents. So what is Interpol? According to the U.S. Justice Department, Interpol is an international police organization which provides investigative support and secure communication between law enforcement authorities. However, the Justice Department says Interpol does not have its own law enforcement agents. The article also states the arrest was made on November 28th. However, it does not give a time. It doesn't reveal exactly where Jackson was supposedly arrested or where she was booked. In the United States, when someone is arrested, they are usually booked into a detention facility, and that information is generally public and available for reporters to refer to in their stories. We also spoke with Shanquella Robinson's father. He tells us he has not been made aware of an arrest yet. The FBI also tells us this is an active and ongoing investigation. So we want to remind you to double check what you see online and on social media. Of course, if and when an arrest is made and we can confirm it, we will send you an alert through our WCNC mobile app. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
If an Interpol member country is trying to track down a fugitive for prosecution or to serve a sentence, it can send a request for a red notice to be issued via its Interpol National Central Bureau. Red notices can also be requested by international courts and tribunals. Every request is checked by a specialised task force at the General Secretariat to ensure that it's compliant with Interpol's rules and is not politically, militarily, religiously or racially motivated, or that it targets a refugee. The review takes into account all information available prior to publication. If approved, the Red Notice is sent to all member countries by the General Secretariat. The notice includes identifying information about the fugitive and details of the crime they are wanted for. Each member country decides what action to take on a Red Notice. A Red Notice is not an arrest warrant, but they can help bring fugitives to justice, sometimes many years after the original crime was committed.
So guys, there are 3 parts to Interpol. One part is they deal with terrorism. The other part, they deal with organized crimes. And then the third part is where they deal with cyber crimes, various things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and play a video for you guys to listen more in depthly in regards to what the criminal program does.
Information shared internationally. Well, there are a limited number of legal channels for the global sharing of enforcement information. This includes embassies, the World Customs Organization and Interpol. The Interpol Global Secure Communication Network, I-24/7, connects law enforcers all over the world and provides them the opportunity to share sensitive information, also including the personal data of individual criminals. Furthermore, I-24/7 connects the countries with the Interpol General Secretariat, where the information from around the world can be stored. Now, what does Interpol do with that information? By storing the environmental enforcement information from member countries onto the Interpol database, it becomes available to member countries for cross-checking. Country A can then, for example, discover that a suspect in the country already has a considerable track record in other countries. The Environmental Crime Program of Interpol analyzes the information and produces criminal intelligence reports that identify the worst offenders and the highest crime risks. Translated into operational recommendations, these reports improve effective enforcement in all countries, leading to national or even joint international operations.
Interpol has access to more criminal data than ever before. While offering many opportunities, this massive data also presents a host of new challenges. Time is always of the essence, and if the dots are connected earlier, crimes can be prevented or detected earlier. With more than 100 million police records in the Interpol information system, the trends and patterns generated by modern crimes are difficult to detect. This is about to change. Insight, Interpol's new analytical platform, will help prevent and detect terrorism and international crime more effectively. Insight will provide Interpol with the capability needed to expose criminal networks and activities quickly, accurately, and consistently. Insight works by sifting through Interpol's unique global datasets to reveal critical connections between cases and data points. It combines structured and unstructured data sources to responsibly collate and analyze all relevant information, which can be interpreted more rapidly to deliver actionable intelligence, all based on Interpol's robust data protection framework. Because Insight uses machine learning technology, it will become better at identifying patterns the more it's used. And as perpetrators change their behavior, modus operandi, and tactics, Insight will evolve to counter them. Phase 1, sponsored by the United States of America via the Department of State, will deliver enhanced analytics capabilities and reporting. Phase 2 and 3 require further investment and funders to deliver the full potential of the platform, adding new features and data connections. These phases will link sources such as external databases, open sources, social media, and biometrics beyond what's possible today, and will introduce the responsible and ethical use of advanced and predictive analytics. Insight is the future for tackling terrorism and international crime. Insight is a secure, intelligent, scalable platform that will make data integration, analysis, and collaboration among member countries the keystones to our success.
Okay, so you guys want my thoughts and opinion. Here we go. Be careful who you get information from, because not all information has been verified, and some information is being put out there as one of those things where who can tell the story the fastest and who can get the most attention for putting the content out there. Not all content has been verified. So you don't want to put something out there and you have not verified, in fact, that it is factual information pertaining to the Shanquella Robinson case. Now, the news reporters here have said that none of this information has been verified in regards to an arrest being made. They have tried to contact their sources, the FBI, Interpol, and everyone else, and no one is saying that an arrest has actually been made at this point in time. So I'm questioning and wondering, is this the actual Gerardo Zuniga? Because if our news outlets aren't able to provide updated information, is this the actual Gerardo Zuniga? It really makes me say, So is there an actual picture of Gerardo Zuniga? Because he spoke of having multiple awards and everything like that. Is this the actual Gerardo Zuniga? Because he's been on various outlets. He was on Gerald Jackson. He was on Tisa Tales and another gentleman's channel. And so I'm starting to wonder, is this the actual Gerardo Zuniga? Because none of the news outlets are able to verify the information. But anyhow, let me explain something to you guys. So with an arrest warrant coming from Mexico, when they actually do pick this young lady up, she will be classified as being detained by the U.S., okay? Until she actually makes it to Mexico soil and is in Mexico custody, she will not be classified as arrested. As long as she is here, she will be classified as being detained, as being picked up. But until she actually makes it back to Mexico, is in Mexico custody, her case is heard before a judge, she will only be classified as detained, not arrested, until she makes it to Mexico soil. Period. That is how it works. It's the same way with a search warrant here. A search warrant will list the areas in which the police are allowed to search. And if any other areas are searched, then that is not valid, because the warrant specifies certain areas that the police are allowed to look. So anything that was picked up from an area that was outside of what's said in the warrant would not be valid. Until she is actually on Mexican soil, the compliance with that warrant is not fulfilled until she is in Mexican custody. So we have to keep that in mind. And it is a process. This is not something that is going to happen overnight. This is something that is going to take time. So Yahoo had actually put up that the young lady had been detained as of the 28th of the month. That has not been confirmed by anyone. Again, you have to be careful with who you retrieve information from. No other news outlets had put that out there. So it was a little alarming for me, because this is a major case and all this information would have been cross-verified through all these major news sources. So again, I wonder and I ask, is this the actual Gerardo Zuniga? How did they verify that this was the actual Gerardo Zuniga, who is the investigative reporter, being that this gentleman cannot speak any English? How are they able to cross-verify he is who he says he is? That's the main question that I need to have answered. I know everybody is in search for answers for this family, but it's going to take time. And the more misinformation is put out there, the more confusing this case becomes for everyone. And we don't need the confusion. We need the truth to come out. So you guys, please, 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 please let it be known that at this point, no arrests have been made. This young lady hasn't even been detained, from my understanding, based upon the news articles that I have received from, by the time you guys view it, it will be yesterday's news. So let's take the time to cross-verify our information. Do your own research. Do not just rely on someone else's information. Wait for it to come out and has been verified from all the major news outlets before we jump the gun and put information out there. But again, when she is actually in Mexican custody, that will be a compliance with her being arrested. As long as she's here, she's being detained because we didn't issue the warrant. Mexico did. So that is the difference. She can only be detained in the U.S. The arrest would actually take place in Mexico. And so I don't know what's going on here, but this case gets more bizarre, more weird by the minute. So as soon as I get updated information, I will let you guys know. Until then, I am your girl, Miss Leda. I am opinionated, I am unbothered, and I am unapologetically me. Well, that is the end of this video. Until next time, I am your girl, Miss Leda, saying bye, honey, bye. But again, as always, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And thank you for watching. Until next time, you guys be blessed and have a wonderful day. Peace.
Man, let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, come on in here and talk to me. Sit on down and relax your tired feet.
Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me.